that we live in a generation where people feel it's okay to like put on and lie like they got it and they really don't. Like, you get to know them and it's just like, you really fucked up in life right now. You know, you got people out here that'll sit over there and be like, oh, I'm on vacation from my job and stuff like that. Like, just say you're unemployed. What's wrong with that? Like, what's seriously wrong with that? And it's just like, you got men who put down women for having OnlyFans pages, but these are the same men that will never even be able to make that same amount of money. And like, it's just like, I personally wouldn't do OnlyFans, but I don't knock women who do it. And women who do that have to be aware that a lot of men are not going to take you serious once you do OnlyFans pages, because they're going to be looking at the fact that other men were able to look at you. I don't care if it was just feet. I'm telling you what these men are really thinking, and it's just like, I see a lot of stuff on Facebook and I'm just like, really? You guys are really sitting at home typing on your keyboards. Sorry, I have a sinus problem. Typing on your keyboards about stuff you really could have kept to yourself. Like saying, hey, what do you guys think about a chick that has sex on the first date? If she's having sex on the first date, she's going through something. I'm sorry, because most women are going to price their vagina. I don't care if they want you to take them on multiple dates or just one expensive date and y'all just kick it, in parks and stuff like that. And y'all still in the meantime getting food and stuff like that. A woman who is giving you her body on the first night, and I used to study psychology, that woman, it doesn't always necessarily mean that she knows what she wants. She may be suffering from something else that you don't know anything about, and she just gave her body up. Because when you really think about it, what woman is really going to give their body up that easy without any type of payment? I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but it's just like, women put most of their emphasis on sex. I'm not talking about oral sex. Well, sometimes oral sex too, but I'm talking about intercourse. Like, what woman do you know is going to really do that? And I seen that on Facebook today, and I'm just like, and I'm seeing all these men saying she knows what she wants. And y'all, I'm sitting out here thinking, like, they know a lot of women that they're probably interested in are going to see this, and they're probably not interested in them. And they're probably going to be like, okay, well, since he said that, or whatever the case may be, then maybe, I could do that. No, it's a fucking trick. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That is not reality. That is not reality. But, some women do sleep with men on the first date. They do that. It's just life. Some men do. Some women do that, and I find that to be problematic, because you got guys out there who are expecting that once they take you out on a date, and they don't get that. And say, for instance, the lady wants to like spend more time and he asks and she says no, he could possibly take that from her because he's so used to not being told no. Or he could like badly beat her up or something like that. And that's what I'm saying. It's just so problematic. And women need to really start respecting themselves and loving themselves. Like, it's like this. Once a man is not willing to do what you have asked him to do, and you've told him at least once or twice, even sometimes 3 times, and you were in the beginning stages, it's a red flag. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. This is just for women in general. Just don't stay there. And men too. Like, if you have a woman early on that's asking you to pay a bill, and it hasn't even been at least, what, 3 months? 3 months at least. You need to let her go, because it's like she's really, that's not a relationship. But I do see a lot of men falling for women like that because they want that look. They want that eye candy. And it's just like, it just really goes into play about what they say in psychology about men search for sex and get love, and women search for love and get sex, because it's really true. It's really, really true. And I've been learning that during my single journey, that, a lot of these men, they really just want one or two things, or you got a couple men that put on like they want more, but it always comes down to that. And it's just almost like you have to pick and choose, because there's no one out there that's perfect. That's what I've been learning. But that does not mean that you fall for someone that, cheats on you, beats on you, does drugs, or like acts like, every time y'all get into it, oh, we're not together. That's abuse. That's emotional manipulation. All of that is emotional manipulation. And if you don't love yourself, you're going to fall for it each and every time. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take a person back that cheats or does drugs or does emotional manipulation, because you possibly can. But you have to know why you're taking that person back. Are you codependent on them? Or do you really love them? To me, and I know my mom's going to tell me, man, you are so cold-hearted. To me, everything is business. If it doesn't make sense business-wise, why are you in my life? You got to be doing something. You got to be doing something. I'm sorry. You just got to be. If you're not doing anything, like, why are you in my face? I don't care if, like, you're helping me grow a business. You're my friend and you have some skills that I may need later on down the line. And I don't have to talk to my friends every day. I'm not one of those people. I like to be independent. I don't have to be up under the man either. But it's like, you check up on me when you check up on me, and I check up on you when I check up on you. We don't have to talk every day. We don't have to talk. I'm personally not that type of person to talk every day, especially when I'm trying to get things accomplished. Once I get accomplished, or like, say for instance, I might be stressed out or going through something, I really don't want to talk to anybody. You got people out there like that. I'm just like that. But you gotta really watch out and see why you're really taking a person back. I don't know who I might be reaching, but it's like, I don't have a large supporting base, but it's enough to get to somebody, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's just like, if you're taking somebody back, please know what you're taking somebody back for. And it's like, okay, if you know that this is not somebody for you, deep down inside, you really, really know this is not somebody for you, and you can't take to the next level. Like I said, like, I see everyone as business. there's no such thing as no one benefiting from a friendship, relationship, or anything like that, or family. From what I've grown to know, everybody benefits in some way, shape, or form, you know, unless they're your parents. And even then, still, because they gave you life, like, you still don't owe them anything, and they still don't owe you anything. They just gave you life, you know. So it's just like, and here's another thing, it's just like, okay, so say for instance, you have a man or a woman that constantly cheats, because women cheat too, that constantly cheats on you or constantly does drugs, whatever the case may be, and you keep taking them back. You're already setting the standard that no matter what they do, you're going to constantly let them back in. And whether you've been with them for 5-6 years or married or whatever the case may be, sometimes you just got to set that standard and be like, no, not today, not today, not tomorrow, not next week. I love you, but I love myself more. And it's like, if you're not going to change, there will be no me. There will be no me in you either. So, you know, I don't know why I got out of my bed with sinus to tell you. I don't know, man. Sometimes I be getting these downloads, and I know it's been a while, but you know, I just pretty much been living my life and just having fun here and there, building myself. I ain't gonna lie, I've been stressed out, you know, here and there at work, you know, and it's just like, and that's another topic as well. Like, you can be working somewhere, and right now it's a lot of COVID-19 jobs that we are actually working on that we really don't want to be at, and they know we don't want to be there, especially people who have the expertise in other arenas and areas that can go anywhere with, especially being able to blend in corporate world, you know. And then you go to a raggedy ass job that that's really beneath your standards, but you're never ever going to say, like, you know what, I'm better than this. Because you're never too good to work anywhere. At the end of the day, bills still have to be paid. You know what I mean? Money talks, bullshit walks. That's just the way it is. And it just is. So it's just like, you know, I go through issues on my current job. It's pretty stressful. And it's like, I have anger problems. And I am really learning to, like, really combat that. I've gotten so close to God to a point to where, okay, you know, there's some senior citizens on this job that really be out of pocket. And I just have to contain myself, because at the end of the day, you gotta pay for what you do, not me. God sees what I'm doing, and I'm still being blessed and highly favored. Hallelujah. But about you, though, I don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow, next week, because of the things you do. Because if you're doing it on the job, you're doing it outside of work, and God sees that too. So it's just like, you know, people claim to be spiritual and into religion, but people don't fail to realize you can't have one without the other. It's just like reading a Bible, you know, and going to certain day service. But since you're not spiritually there, you're still going to go and cheat on your wife, or you're still going to go and steal, or whatever the case may be, you know. We're all not perfect. We all have coping mechanisms, but it's some things that we should not be doing as coping mechanisms. Some things we need to just go and sit on somebody's couch and just talk. You know, like, I work with this lady at my job that's really bitter. It's a lot of bitter Bettys and a lot of bitter Nancy Drews at my job, but that's a different story. I'm not going to really talk on that like that, but you could just tell that somebody did not care about them. They have no power outside of work, that work environment. And on top of that, it's like, Jesus, my nose is getting big because of my sinus. Jesus, I'm telling you. But you could just tell. You could tell when people are just not happy within themselves, because they're not going to be happy at the job. You know what I mean? They're just not. And this is another thing I always tell people. It's just like, you can be upset outside of work, but once you leave your car to go clock in for work, you leave that at the you leave that at the car. You leave that at the car. You don't leave it when you clock in. You leave it at the car. Matter of fact, you leave it on your way to work, so it doesn't rub off on those around you, because when you're at work, it's a team. I don't care if you work in a commission-based environment and you're in competition with them. I've been in commission-based environments too. You still got to work together. You still got to work together, because you can't do it by yourself. But, you know, these COVID-19 jobs, they feel like, you know what, I don't need you. I could do it by myself. But if you quit tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure you're not the only one facing that backlash, and other people quit with you, what's going to happen? Filing bankruptcy. They're not going to have their contract anymore.